Welcome to Gist Dish TV, your ultimate gist corner. Before we go any further, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because today's gist is far from ordinary. This one is juicy, layered, and guaranteed to spark debate across social media. Settle in, because what we are about to unpack has shaken fans, confused audiences, and split opinions into multiple camps. Nobody expected this. Nobody prepared for it. When Maurice Sam finally broke his silence, the words were short, simple, yet heavy enough to shake the internet to its core. We are not compatible. We are in different worlds. For a few seconds, it felt as if social media froze. Fans paused mid-scroll, trying to process the weight of those words. The statement was deliberate, precise, and sharp, delivered without names, clarification, or warning. That ambiguity. That's what made it explode online almost immediately. Within minutes, two names were dragged straight into the spotlight: Sonia and Pearl. For weeks, these names had been floating in fan spaces, trending stories, whispered rumors, and casual speculations. Maurice's statement did not create the chaos, it amplified it. The narrative changed instantly. What was once mere gossip or fan speculation became real and tangible because Maurice had chosen to speak. Silence had been his strategy for months, but one sentence altered everything. Fans have long speculated about Maurice Sam's relationships and his off-screen life. Sonia has been consistently linked to him, whether through on-screen chemistry, casual interactions captured by paparazzi, or public appearances that left fans imagining a deeper connection. Pearl, on the other hand, has also been a regular topic whenever Maurice's personal life was discussed, thanks to prior trending stories, alleged social media hints, and other incidents fans interpreted as signals. Fan factions formed naturally. Team Sonia, loyal and protective, interpreted every action through the lens of her potential closeness with Maurice. Team Pearl, equally passionate, defended her and speculated on the meanings behind Maurice's gestures. Then there were neutral observers who watched the chaos unfold, popcorn in hand, enjoying the speculation without picking a side. Through it all, Maurice remained quiet, a silence that only fueled the fire. And now, with one carefully chosen statement, the fire became a wildfire. We are not compatible. We are in different worlds. Short, simple, and yet profoundly impactful. Many fans paused to analyze what "not compatible" meant. Was it love? Friendship? Emotional alignment? Career focus? Different words took the statement even further. It suggested more than disagreement, it implied fundamental differences in mindset, lifestyle, priorities, and values. This was a polite but firm message that no reconciliation or understanding could bridge the gap. The clarity of his words left fans divided and speechless at the same time. Social media wasted no time. Screenshots circulated like wildfire. Reaction videos flooded platforms. Fans and commentators dissected every word, every nuance, every possible hidden meaning. Sonia supporters immediately felt stung. Maurice's statement sounded dismissive, almost as if he were subtly placing someone he was once close to in a lower category. Questions spread rapidly. Was this disrespectful? Was Maurice undervaluing her? Why say it now, after all this time? Pearl supporters also jumped into the conversation. They pointed to prior Cape Town rumors, trending breakdown stories, and alleged incidents to argue that Maurice was indirectly addressing Pearl. To them, the statement was a signal of distancing, a deliberate move to close doors on drama while subtly reaffirming control over his narrative. Then came the neutral observers, stunned not only by the words but also by the calm, measured tone. Maurice's statement did not sound emotional, it sounded rehearsed, intentional, and calculated to have maximum impact. Timing, as always, became a major talking point. Why speak now? Why after weeks of rumors, speculation, and fan wars? Why after Sonia's US trip and Pearl's Cape Town drama? Some fans argued that Maurice had deliberately waited for emotions to peak so his words would land harder. Others believed that he had been pushed to his limit and had chosen clarity over continued silence. Some social media users argued that the timing reflected maturity, better to speak once with clarity than repeatedly argue or clarify for months. The phrase different words sparked another layer of debate. Fans began interpreting it in countless ways. Some argued that Maurice was referring to emotional maturity, suggesting a gap in growth or mindset. Others interpreted it as lifestyle differences, career focus, or priorities. A more cynical group suggested it was about class, exposure, or social circles, sparking accusations of elitism. People began debating whether Maurice was subtly insulting the women involved or simply being honest about boundaries. One viral comment summarized it best: knowing you are not compatible is maturity. Staying where you are not compatible is suffering. That perspective gained thousands of likes, showing that while many were outraged, others saw wisdom in his words. Sonia Uche's response, or lack thereof, added fuel to the fire. She remained silent, posting nothing, offering no clarification, and leaving fans to speculate. Some argued that her silence signaled hurt. Others believed she was taking the high road, showing class and restraint. A few suggested she was unbothered, confident, and choosing to ignore the chaos, knowing it would eventually fade. Social media, of course, projected all sorts of narratives onto her silence, turning every post, story, or like into potential commentary on the situation. Pearl Watts, meanwhile, continued posting as usual. But the context had shifted. Fans began reading into her every smile, every song choice, every caption, and even seemingly innocuous post. Every action became a potential response or shade. The internet had turned into a courtroom, and Maurice's statement was the evidence under the microscope. People debated who he was referring to, dissected every nuance of his words, and projected personal opinions into interpretations, turning social media into a frenzy of speculation. Another point of discussion was respect. Earlier, fans claimed Maurice had lost respect in the eyes of the public. Many expected an apology or softening of his image. Instead, he delivered a statement that was firm and final. To some, this demonstrated confidence and self-awareness. To others, it seemed cold and detached. The impact was immediate. It clarified his position while leaving room for interpretation, forcing the public to grapple with both admiration and criticism simultaneously. Industry insiders, too, began weighing in quietly. Some suggested Maurice was repositioning himself professionally, distancing from personal drama to focus on career growth. Others speculated that management advice influenced the wording, emphasizing clarity, control, and the importance of avoiding unnecessary explanations. Every word was clean, vague, and powerful, strategically crafted to end speculation without sparking new controversies. Even months from now, the phrase different words will be remembered. It will resurface anytime Maurice Sam, Sonia Uche, or Pearl Watts trends again. One simple sentence had shifted years of fan perception, challenging narratives fans had carefully built and forcing everyone to rethink prior assumptions. Some fans even admitted that for all the drama, there was a certain wisdom in acknowledging incompatibility instead of forcing relationships, whether professional, platonic, or romantic. This saga is also a reminder of how modern celebrity life functions in a social media age. One sentence, when released strategically, can redefine relationships, reputations, and public perception. Maurice's decision to speak, at the moment he did, demonstrates the power of controlled messaging in an era where silence is often misinterpreted and words spread instantly. It also highlights how audiences today play an active role in constructing meaning, often creating chaos from simplicity and reading intention into ambiguity. For fans, the lesson is both shocking and educational. Not every story has a fairy tale ending. Sometimes, relationships, friendships, or collaborations simply do not align. Sometimes, people genuinely live in different worlds. And in celebrity spaces, where every action is observed, analyzed, and debated, the consequences of simple truths can be explosive. Social media reactions are a mirror reflecting human emotions, interpretations, and biases, magnified by rumors, speculation, and personal attachment to narratives. For Sonia Uche, remaining silent may be her stronger statement. Silence can communicate strength, emotional control, and confidence. For Pearl Watts, continuing her life as normal is an equally valid approach, resisting the temptation to respond to every provocation. And for Maurice Sam, speaking once and clearly has shifted the conversation from rumor to reality. Fans, insiders, and observers now have a reference point, a statement that defines the dynamic, closes doors, and sets boundaries without over-explaining. The internet, of course, will continue to debate, analyze, and speculate. Screenshots will circulate, reactions will multiply, and conspiracy theories will emerge. Every post or story from Maurice, Sonia, or Pearl will be dissected. Every smile, song, or caption will carry assumed intention. And yet, one truth remains clear: sometimes, people are simply not compatible. Sometimes, lives, priorities, and words do not intersect, no matter the history, chemistry, or assumptions. Maurice Sam's words serve as both a revelation and a cautionary tale. They reveal the reality of human relationships in the public eye while cautioning audiences about assumptions, fan wars, and misinterpretations. Words have weight, timing matters, and clarity can shift entire narratives. While some may perceive arrogance or coldness, others will see wisdom and courage. It is a story layered with interpretation, opinion, and emotion, exactly what makes it compelling for Nollywood audiences and social media alike. For fans, the takeaway is simple: watch, observe, analyze, but respect the boundaries people set. For celebrities, the lesson is equally clear: one carefully chosen statement can achieve more than repeated explanations, posts, or reactions. In the modern era of instant information, clarity, precision, and timing are everything. Maurice Sam has drawn his line. Sonia has chosen her silence. Pearl Watts continues her path. And the internet, as always, remains the ultimate observer, judge, and commentator. One sentence has reshaped narratives, ignited debates, and reminded everyone that in Nollywood and beyond, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Before you go, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Gist Dish TV. Drop your opinions in the comments, but keep it respectful. This gist is still hot, and we will continue updating you if anything new drops. In Nollywood, one thing is certain: wonders never end, and drama is always just a statement away.